All right, James, here we go. All right, not bad. So let's review a little bit. Right off the jump, this is good. Your footwork's pretty smooth. This part I like. We get to this point, and it's something maybe more of a stage planning thing you had to think about. You really want to follow this line of the fault line to get a better angle on this target. You sort of come in straight, and then you have to sort of dart out to the right to even be able to see this guy. The other thing is if we had that line down a little bit better. Oops, right here we kind of bring the gun down. We should be really following this line and having the gun up at eye level the whole time. By the time you get your foot to about this spot, you can pretty much see it. So you should be probably shooting it by this time if you were over to the right more. Because from where I'm standing as the cameraman, I can see more of this target than you can because I'm over to the right more. So if you were a little bit over to the right more, you could be seeing and shooting this guy now. You have to get a little bit closer to see him. So that's just a little bit of a route planning thing that you have to kind of think about ahead of time. You know, think about where can I see this target from and how do I get there. Now for this part, I like your movement's really aggressive, but if we look at where do we shoot this target from, right there. So now the target's done. Just look at when you even go for the magazine. Not even when you get the reload done, but when do you even go for the magazine? So we're going to say 1 step, 2, 3, there it is. So 3 to 4 steps before you even get the mag out. And then you're stopped already in this final position to get the mag in, and then we have a little bit of a bobble. So that load and movement took you almost 4 seconds. There's a little bit of a bobble there, whatever that was, that adds to it. But we really need to be, as soon as you leave that position, as soon as you shoot this target, you need to be slapping down on that mag, getting it out of the mag well, and then using the movement time to be getting the magazine towards the gun and finishing that load before your movement is stopped. So you can be having the gun up, aiming at the target, and engaging it as soon as you come to a stop. So you really, if we could time it, it might be hard to do, but you're stopped now. You should be shooting now. What time is it? So this is 8 seconds on the clock. So we didn't shoot until, so 2 seconds of just really standing there, and then just dealing with that mag bobble, whatever that was. So, you know, drills for that, obviously just moving reload drills, dry fire while moving reload drills, especially as a production shooter, is something you should really be focusing on. At your level, really, all those reloads you want to be able to do in 1 to 2 steps, and in stages, especially tighter quarter stages, that would really help you. So just think about even having a target on either side of a barrel, or either side of a stack of 2 barrels, and shooting one, and then having those 1 to 2 or 3 steps of movement and getting that load done so you can shoot the other one. That would be a good drill to work on. The other thing for you here is, let's see where your feet are. I think your feet position is good to be able to see all the targets. I think you still move just a little bit. You still move a little bit to get that last target. I don't think that was probably necessary to be able to see it, and it costs you a little bit of time. Your transition to that last target was a 75. So, you know, for most of the people that I'm reviewing the videos, I'm saying I want them to be under a 70, and for the faster guys, I'd like you to be closer to a 50 if possible. So that's this time from here to here. So you were a 75. If you could be a 50 there, that's, you know, a quarter of a second pickup. Doesn't seem like a lot, but on a run that's only, you know, 18 seconds long, and when you clean up that reload, it'll be much faster. I think your other run was, well, I'm not sure how long it was, but let's check it out. right, so that one was 1677. Your first one was, so you were a second and a half faster on the second one. So let's go back and review. So this part, it's funny. I really don't know what would really be the ideal thing to do here. If you were just to draw and shoot it, I'm sure that your draw time would be faster than a 268. But in this case, you are moving. You get about 5 feet of movement in before you shoot. So which one would be worth it? For you, I think drawing and shooting there might have even been better, even though when I built the stage in my head, I was thinking for everyone to shoot that one on the move. But it did turn out to be a pretty hard shot, and a lot of people had to really slow down to get it. You pretty much stop here. So it's just something that you'd have to really experiment with on the clock to determine which one was best. That one, it looked like, just because you had to slow down so much, that shooting it static might have been better. But this, after this array, compared to the one from last time, I like how the gun transitions over directly to this target. It stays up at eye level, and you stay over to the right more along this fault line, so you don't have to sort of do a dart at the last second. You're shooting it as early as possible. Here, let's see, that's already been one step. How many steps until you get the mag out? So 2 steps to get the mag out. But you're not really getting the mag in, until you're just arriving in the position. So if you could get that reload done within 2 to 3 steps, how many steps is it from the position? So let's count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and a half. So it's 5.5 steps from position to position. If you could get that load done in 3 steps, then you have those last 2 steps to kind of set up in the position and be able to shoot right away. And I think, that would help you here, because the getting into position a little bit hard and then rushing to get to the steel is probably what caused the miss. Then you shoot the tough targets here. The thing I do like here is your transition was better. From here to this target, you were down to 62. Right? 62, yeah. And before it was a 75. So like I said, that ideally I'd like to see you around a 50. And that's one of those drills that you can do the distance change-up drill like AJ had during the class, where you have the 2 paper targets and the steel, or even a paper headshot in the middle, and you do just all the different orders. Close, far, close again, or the 2 close ones and finish on the far one, or in this case, start on the far one, then transition to a close one. That's kind of what this situation is, where you're slowing, you're shooting the far ones, going slow, and then you have to sort of get done that last target, call your last shot, and transition quickly to this one. You can pick up a good amount of time there. In your case, it was a tenth and a half. There's probably another tenth and a half in there. So just working on practicing those transitions. And for you, I think most of your dry fire reload drills at this point should be moving reload drills, because I think this is a lot. This is a big distance of movement, and your load's not done by the time you get there. So just imagine if this was a 2-step situation where you had to just go from this corner to this corner. You're going to be waiting on getting your load done and not shooting. So that's something that we can definitely work on, and I think you can definitely improve. Most of the other stuff in the video is pretty good, so I like it. Keep it up.